What's up, everyone? My name is Chantal, and today I want to talk to you guys about microdosing. Specifically, if you don't know, microdosing mushrooms. This is going to be about my experience, the benefits that it has had for me, and a little bit of why I decided to start microdosing. So I have been microdosing for just a few months now. It's not been like a year or anything crazy like that. But I know that when I first started, I really was wanting to look up everybody's different experiences with it. I wanted to be as knowledgeable as possible about microdosing. So I was looking up YouTube videos like this to get that answered for me so I had a well-rounded understanding for it. So when I first started microdosing, it's something that I've been really wanting to do for a long time, and I found it difficult to actually get a hold of. In my corner of the world, we actually have Liberty caps that grow naturally out here, but I had no experience of how I was going to do that, and maybe at some point I can, do it myself. But finding something reliable and that I could just really trust to get for microdosing was difficult for me. But I just want you guys to know that although it is not technically legal in the States, it is still possible to get. So, and it's not something you should feel super intimidated about or anything like that. Just do what if you're feeling called to do it, there is a purpose for it. So microdosing mushrooms is basically taking a very small amount of psilocybin mushrooms, which are psychedelic mushrooms. There are a couple different types of psychedelic mushrooms. There's Liberty caps, golden teachers, and wavy caps. The ones that I take specifically are golden teachers and also have lion's mane in them as well. So the dosage usually is anywhere between 100 to maybe 200 max milligrams of psilocybin mushrooms. Mine specifically is 125, happy medium. And the principle here is what I do is I do the statement stack. I do 4 days on and 3 days off. Yeah, that's what I do. You could also do 5 days on and 2 days off. That's what I recommend. It takes at least 2 days for your body to be clear and reset itself and not build a tolerance for the mushrooms. You don't want to be doing anything like that, but you also want to build up what you can to get the fullest benefit as well. So the benefits of microdosing is basically it has so many things that it has been said. There hasn't been a lot of studies done about it, but the people that have done them have done studies like Paul Stamen and a couple other people that I'm sure you could find. Mushrooms in general opens up like these different brain waves in your brain that are inactive. They link brain waves that are basically inactive in your body, and this is why you have a heightened sense of awareness, a heightened sense of what people come to spiritual awareness and spiritual awakenings during these mushroom trips as well. And microdosing them does the same effect for your brain over time, but without having to, get high all the time. So you're not really feeling anything going on, but it's still doing the stimulation of the brain in the background. So it's still rewiring basically brain cells and connecting brain waves in your brain in the background without you really noticing over time. And this is why you usually do it between 6 months to a year. You'll do microdosing and then you might pick it up again later as well. And there's all sorts of reasons why this is good for you. Depression is a huge one, anxiety, stress relief, just wanting to have a higher consciousness, create more creative stimulation, all of these different reasons. And I will be honest, when I first started microdosing, my number one reason was I started noticing depression coming up again in my life. For me, I think that I self-diagnosed myself to maybe have some sort of bipolar depression. Depression just kind of comes in waves for me. It's not necessarily within seasons like it is for some people, and you might highly resonate with this, just the kind of person that you are. So this was the number one reason why I wanted to do this. But I also wanted to create a higher consciousness, more presence, and enhance my creativity as well. So when I thought about doing this video and telling like the story of like what it's done for me, that'd been the first time that I really thought about it. And now that I actually like look back at it, when I first started microdosing, the very first time that I took my first microdosing pill, I was on the brink of sinking back into depression, and it was getting kind of bad. I was feeling it come up again. And looking back at that now, that feeling, that dread, that knowing that it was coming about me, and like feeling like I'm gonna have crying nights coming ahead, being on that brink of like destruction, if you know what I'm talking about, has completely gone away from that point in time. And of course, it did not happen overnight, and I would not say that it is a placebo effect either, because I was skeptical as well. I was really open to the idea of what these mushrooms were going to do for my body, for my brain, for my mental health, but I was also skeptical. So I would not say that it was a placebo effect either. But from then to now, that feeling like depression is just like on the other side of the road, or on the other, around the corner, is completely gone for me. Another thing that I noticed coming across this question of like how it has really impacted me in the past few months, looking back, is my presence. It has literally just enhanced so much. And of course, I practice regular breath work and meditation as well, and that has, I'm sure, played a huge factor as well. But I have been meditating almost all of my life. Breath work, I described it in the last video, has really done tremendous things for me as well, but I think it's a combination of all of these things. And I am more present within everything that I do, especially communicating with people and learning new things, than like within like 1 hour than I would be previously for like 4 or 5 hours. I caught myself like learning something entirely new the other day, having it taught to me by somebody, and I was like complimented by these people for like the really smart questions that I asked, and like I just noticed that I was so much more attentive and just also just relaxed and at peace at the same time as being open and present and less socially anxious. So these are the things that I've noticed within those last couple of months, and those honestly are so huge to me. Something as well that I noticed microdosing does, it does enhance your creativity and your my meditation and breathwork practice for sure. Like, it just allows me to go further inward. It enhances that ability to really just go inward. Like, if I have done my microdose today, you're not going to notice any like huge effects. Like, it's not going to make you feel out of it or high or whatever. And of course, like the first day that I did this, I did have like a placebo effect for that though. I felt like it might do that to me. And because of that simple feeling, it did. And it kind of intimidated me. But the more that you create it into your life as a regular routine, that will start to go away. But I like had done some writing and wrote an email like after taking a microdose in the morning, and I noticed everything just flowed with ease and grace and less like overthinking and more just open-heartedness. And like I said, for it elevating my breathwork and meditation sessions, it is like night and day. It literally does just open up that space to go inward. It releases that shield that you have up. Is a really good way to really kind of express that. And I honestly would recommend this for so many people, as well as, you know, going on your own trips as well, with the intention of really elevating your vibration and opening up those pathways and further connecting with spirit and further connecting with yourself as well. This does this over time. If you want to like skip a beat and do something very fast and very dramatic for you, like most plant medicines will do, this is also another good way to do that. And doing doing microdosing and breathwork, meditation, some sort of spiritual practice, I highly recommend working in unison, because really what you're doing at this time is it's a state of neurogenesis, which is, like I said, regenerating brain cells, rewiring brain cells. So it's a really good way to let go of old habits, bad patterns that are not serving you, maybe even rewiring subconscious beliefs, inner childhood traumas. All of these things really work in unison, and microdosing can really just enhance that ability for you and allow you to go inward and really reconstruct what's going on there. So it is the perfect elevation for any spiritual growth that you are going through, any spiritual practice that you are going through. And on the other hand, also just improving depression and anxiety and stress and mood regulation and all of these things. So I am in love with it already. I highly, highly recommend it rather than taking anxiety pills and depression pills and all of these different things. This is actually serving a higher purpose that's not just covering things up. It's allowing you to go inward and actually heal it from the roots, which is exactly how we should be treating things in the first place. So I hope that this has helped you in some sort of way if you were thinking about microdosing, if you're just starting microdosing. If you have any questions or comments about your experience or anything, make sure to comment them below, and make sure to like this video and subscribe if you want to hear more about what we talk about here, which is all about spirituality, which is my intention behind also microdosing. And I will see you guys next time.